What up? What up? What up?
Man,
I thought you. We
we
got
never
to.
come in here and act like everything okay.
Oh
So
my god!
first
I
and
was about
foremost,
to.
we want to apologize to our viewers because somebody wasn't prepared last week, so we didn't have an episode.
The streak has ended, guys. The show goes on, but the streak has ended. We are not going anywhere. At least not right now. Maybe in a year or two, who knows? But the streak was ended. I think we were going strong for about 50 something straight episodes that we were supposed to be shooting, and then I broke it. So I'll come up here and raise my hand and take the fault for it.
There we go. But what up, Killer? How's everything going with you this week, brother?
Hey man, I am good, man. I am blessed. It is another week, so I'm just ready for another interview. We took a week off, so now we're refreshed.
Refreshed, ready to get after it. Man, so as you know, last week I went to the Hall of Fame. Great show. I'm Sully's the promoter of that show. So we're going to roll all of this in one. We're going to do a Hall of Fame recap. Plus, we're going to interview the winner of the Pro Bikini Division, Miss
Okay.
Angela. I'm about to screw up her last name after she told me what it was. Gadbois.
Gadbois.
There we go.
go.
There, you got it. I was like, you got this.
She was rooting for you behind backstage.
You nailed it.
Oh, man. How are you doing? Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm doing great. It was a nice day. I'm excited to speak to you guys.
Yeah, and I'm excited to speak to you again. We did a little quick interview at Sully Show Hall of Fame. So I was like, hey, I think you'd be a great person to get on a podcast this week. Of course, you can help us with the recap of the Hall of Fame, and then we can learn a little bit more about you.
I'm all for it. Let's do it.
All right, go ahead, Eric. What's your first recap question?
All right, so I'll just want to start with because, like I said, I think coming from the person who wasn't at the Hall of Fame, I'm asking more from a spectator, from a fan of the sport. Like, what do y'all think of the Hall of Fame first and foremost as the show, how it ran? Um, I saw the really cool award, so I mean, you guys get into that too. But what are your thoughts about the Hall of Fame and how it was ran?
Well, first, this was my second time going to the Hall of Fame, and it did not disappoint. I definitely wanted to get back to this show simply because of the fact that it's on time, it's on point. The people are so professional. Um, the lighting this time on stage was really, really well done. Um, Everything ran really right on time, and for a competitor that's crucial. You want to pump up on time, you want to be ready on time, and when it says ready to go, you don't want to be cold, you don't want to not have what you need at that time. So everything was just on point.
Yeah, I can agree with you with the on time thing. I think it's because Sully's been in the military for so long, he likes to be on time. So when he says 9:30, 9:30, that's when the first people are going on. If he says 12:30, that's when the second group of people are going on. So that's one thing I can appreciate about Sully Hall of Fame show. It does start on time.
Okay. And I got to follow up with that. So, Angela, you said you wanted to get back to this show for a second time. What usually there's something like when I take my athletes to specific shows, is usually for maybe the way they're treated, maybe it's for I know the promoter, or it's for a specific reason. So, if you had to pinpoint one thing of why you wanted to come back, what would be that reason?
I do like to compete locally, as that's like a huge point. Like, people that I know can come. Um, it's just a little bit more user friendly with traveling. So that is always like a main point, but also the audience, the professionalism was definitely on top tier.
Yeah, I'll speak on the venue. The venue itself is huge. It's like upstairs and downstairs, and like the downstairs where all the competitors hang out at or whatnot. Then you come upstairs, and that's the stage or whatnot. So the venue itself is pretty cool. And then Sully this year, he improved. He redid his awards, so all the overall champions got these big tail medals. So I thought that was pretty cool too.
Did you know who's on the medal?
Is that you?
Yeah,
Okay. I did not know that. That's you.
I that was a big surprise. He pointed that out, that on all those medals was which extreme honor to be placed on there, and pretty cool to wear it. So that
That's
was
awesome.
that was awesome.
That's awesome. So, what did you think about the overall show? Your bikini division. I think that was a tight race. So what do you think about the overall show?
I think overall amazing competitors. I mean, everybody showed up to compete. I just love that. I love, walking around and everybody's on the grind. Everybody's there, um, on point. So I feel like I was standing next to competitors that really put their heart and soul, and I do too. So that always, when you step off stage and you're congratulating everybody because you know what it took to get there. So it felt good to, compete at that level. And I felt like, everybody up there really, really shined.
And I was about to say, you're not new to being in the winner circle. Like I said, I did my research, so you have been in a lot of top threes. You got a lot of checks. Do you? I think this is probably like the pro tip. Usually we get around to it in somewhere in the episode. But do you still get nervous, or do you look at any show any differently, or do you go into it with the same approach? Like, would you look at the Hall of Fame with the same approach that you go into the Yorton, or do you back off at certain shows or full fledged at other shows?
I'm really competitive with myself. And if I'm going on a stage and if I'm getting up there, I'm going to be 100% at my best physique possible at that time. Um, I I want to get my feedback back in a proper way. So if I'm bringing my A game, I'm actually getting the feedback that I need to improve it to even take it to the next level. So I want to see myself always improving, always striving for. There's always something to work on. There's always little things you can look back on, and so I don't go into any show any different other than to be 100%. And that's probably why I'm not a competitor that does back to back to back shows. A lot of people it works and that's amazing for them. It just does not work for me. I like to take resets. I like to take like a short 3 to 4 week reset from a show, and then um, jump back in and be at 100% for my next one. So that's kind of where I'm at right now.
All right, let's get into Angela, the person. So I done some little research. I went back to like 2020. It looked like you was a normal person, like you was a mom, wife, just a normal person. And I'm gonna just take a guess and say that your bodybuilding journey began in 2022. I'm gonna assume.
That's when I started to change a bit.
Okay.
That's when
Okay.
my body started to change a bit. I met an amazing person in my gym named Skip Robinson. He's a legend up here and or in the United States for competing in bodybuilding. And he came up to me one day and he said, "Do you ever think about competing?" I was like, "Competing in what?" And he's like, "Bodybuilding, professional bodybuilding." And just a little spark went off in my head. I was like, "That's interesting." And I have a lot of background that supports that. So I kind of dived right in.
Well, I mean, you can't just say you got a lot of background. What's the background? Let us know.
Yeah, so the background is I was a competitive gymnast all growing up. I was a track athlete. I was a swimmer. I was a dancer. I was a cheerleader. So, and then I went to college and actually studied professional dance. So I was a graduated as a professional dancer. and went to New York City to dance. And I actually took a side job as a personal trainer as I studied the body, and physical activity and physical movement was my thing. And I ended up falling in love with training. And that's kind of how all of my little bits of pieces, I feel like my dance background really aids to my posing and my presentation. The stage is nothing new to me. It's very comfortable. It's kind of where I feel most comfortable. Talking is probably harder than posing for me. And then just the studying of physical movement in gymnastics and dance really kind of takes you to that level.
I think I think that's pretty unique because I think we only had one other person who actually did dance before this, and they were just like, "Hey, that's why I feel like in my element once I hit the stage." So, with you having that background of like dance, cheering, things of that nature, when you stopped doing that for a little while, did you feel like you were missing something, and then bodybuilding became that thing and filled that spot for you?
Absolutely. I didn't even know it was missing. And, I had my children. I'm a devoted mommy. I'm obsessed. I love being a mother. I dove right in. I stayed home with them. So I really was, in it. And then COVID hit and I was really in it with like a newborn baby. I had a COVID, they say, baby. And I started to lose something. There was a spark in my step, in my spirit that was gone. And my husband was actually the one that was like, you should work out at the gym and have a personal trainer that, so you're accountable and you go every day. And that's how it started. And just, I fell in love with kind of myself again, truly. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask you how supportive your husband has been throughout the process, like when you first started. I seen him with you at the check-ins, whatever, and he looked very devoted to make sure everything is supposed to be the way it's supposed to be when it comes to you competing or whatnot. So just tell us about that process and how supportive he's been for you through your journey of bodybuilding.
I absolutely couldn't do it without him. He's always there. He's right by my side. He's the biggest cheerleader out in the audience for me. It's not an easy role. That side role of, when it's hard for me, when I'm low on my calories days, when I'm deep into my prep, all of the things. Getting up early, training. Can you watch the kids? Bring the kids to school so I can get my training in. All of these things are what makes me a better competitor. And he's just always there. He's so excited for me. He likes to see me. He can tell how much I love it. If it was me miserable up there and just like, oh, I like doing this just to do it, I do it because I love it. I truly love every aspect, the off season, the bigger, the smaller, the growing, the eating, the whole lifestyle of it is, he can just tell. He's like, this is so you. So it's great.
And we have had a few bikini competitors on, and all of them happen to be moms. And I think that's a beautiful thing because there was something that was spoken about. It was weird online about how there should be a mom division, and then people were like, "This moms are like are superheroes. They have superpowers just for them to be able to go through the process of giving birth, right?"
Yeah.
So from I think Jillian, and then her name Avis, to even Avis, who also is a bikini competitor. So how does your kids motivate you when you're like deep in prep? Do they come give you that unconditional love when you need them at the most time, or like how do they motivate you or push you when you're on stage or even off the stage?
Yeah, huge. They're just every aspect of my being. So, I mean, and what I've learned is to communicate with them, be like, yeah, mom needs a hug today, and they support that. And just like they need hugs too, we're all people, and they can, um, be there to support me just as much as I can be there to support them. They see an active, dedicated mom, which is awesome when you set a goal, no matter what it is, and then you achieve it. You're teaching your kids that if you put your mind to something, you can do it. And you can have hard days and you can have really awesome days, but you do it anyway. And you fulfill the passion and the dream that you have. So it's just they're just like that added sprinkle on top of motivation. So
All right, Eric mentioned this earlier. You're no stranger to placing top three in the OCB. Just a couple shows that I got written down. Of course, your debut was at 2023 Hall of Fame. You done the Conqueror, you done the Yorton, you done Apex. Am I missing any?
nope. And then just this past this Hall of Fame. Yep.
So for me personally, I feel like bikini is like the hardest division to compete in within the OCB because to me, like a different body type wins every year at the Yorton. You don't see the same body win every year. I think Jillian Witt was the first to do it, and that was last year. So how does your prep change? Like, how do you prepare for the Yorton?
I know.
Seeing that, like, the bodies really ain't consistent.
I know. It's tricky. I mean, that's bikini. And so you go into that knowing, hey, how am I going to bring my best physique and also still know, hey, it might not land that day. It doesn't mean it's wrong or right. It just wasn't my day. So I feel like I go in it with looking at the criteria, looking at my body, what I need to do to fill that criteria out. I'm real high on the symmetry. I'm high on being hard, but not too hard. Just all of the things that are clear markers of bikini and how I can shape my body to best fill that criteria. And that's really all you can do at the end of the day.
I think that's a good point, and usually whenever there's a good point, we have to really highlight it because I think people always try to like. I think you can always say, "Hey, I'm gonna try to make myself more like Jillian or make myself more like the person who just won," and then you'll get away from the criteria. But what
Mhm.
you just said is like, "Hey, all I did was focus on the criteria and how my body can better fit the criteria to fit that category," and that's mind blowing because a lot of people don't think that way. A lot of people will look at the winner and say, "Well, this is what they want. Well, this is what I'm gonna give them," and they end up like chasing a ghost that they can't catch. So I really like that you said that. When it comes to your prep, though, are you the one making those decisions, or do you work with someone that's helping you make those decisions as well?
I do everything on my own. So I am my own coach. I do my own posing, my own nutrition, and my daily workouts are all planned by me. I with saying that, I cannot not give credit to Skip and Pam. I do work out with two trainers once a week for an hour. They just push me to be present, do something different, an extra motivator. But my day to day plan, meal, posing, prep, what I'm training each day, muscle groups is all done by me.
Well, after this episode, you're gonna have some coaches in your inbox. Oh my god, you know what? So what's the hardest part of coaching yourself, especially getting ready for a big show like the Yorton? Like, what do you think the hardest part is?
Questioning myself. You don't have that other uh, hand in it that's saying, you chill out, Angela, like you got this, like just stay on track with this, and this, and you'll hit it. So questioning, that's where Skip and Pam, I kind of, you know, lend an ear and they help me out with just, hey, how am I looking? This week to this week, do you see changes? Do you think I should bump this or this? And they can give me some advice. But at the end of the day, it's a self reflective, self trust. And it's also a trial and error. I mean, I'm up for that. I'm up for failing, learning. That's how how I get better. I feel like I've only gotten better, and it's because of that. You know, hey, I missed the mark there. Don't do that again. And only I can tell myself that. And I'm really good at self discipline. That's probably like, I mean, we all are as competitors, but for myself, that's a high point for me to just trust myself.
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure you saw both of our faces when you said that. We are just like, for someone to compete, I mean, I know being self coach is a thing and it's very prevalent, but it's one of those things of whenever you see somebody who's consistently growing, consistently getting better, they usually have, I'm not gonna say necessarily have a coach, but have a lot of people or somebody in their ear helping them. But for you to make those decisions, like you said, to place at the York multiple times, even to make it to the overall last year, like that just shows a true testament to the stuff you learned over the years, especially since you hopped in it at 2023.
Yeah.
So 3 years in the game, you're already placing at the top of the game, by yourself. So I'm pretty sure there's a lot of studying and research that's going into it too, but that still major kudos to you for, taking on that challenge.
Yeah, I mean, if you could see, I live and breathe it. I mean, I am like researching, I am studying. There is so much to it, so much to learn, but it's also like um, I'm not going to be anybody else. Nobody else is me. My body is going to react to food and training different than anybody else. So, knowing myself has really helped with. I mean, I'd say my dance background, 100% has given me the biggest self reflecting and in knowing my body, it, compared to any of my other background.
Okay, let's talk about your injury. Your injury. So you injured yourself what last year?
Yeah, I tore some ligaments in my latissimus dorsis. I
And
could not train upper body for 4 months at all. I didn't even touch it. Uh, that was tough because my biggest goal has been surprisingly, I mean, I'm surprisingly, I'm really short. I have a really short torso, and for bikini, that small waistline is really essential. And truthfully, I don't have a small waistline. I wanted to grow my lat spread to give the illusion and build glute to give the illusion of that waistline, which I was really bummed out that I couldn't be working on my lat spread for, like, I mean, it was like at the beginning of my prep that I got injured. Um and I pushed through. I just really started to hyper focus on legs. And then, this is random tidbit, I had suffered a severe third-degree burn on my leg from a motorcycle in July, which was like 4 weeks into prep as well. So I was all wrapped up on my leg. So I actually was struggling with that, with lifting, with the pain from the burn. So I was kind of all messed up and just trying to do what I could do. So I feel like I didn't bring my 100% best package to the Yorton last year. I still felt like I stood my own, but there was some lacking in the physique that I feel like I'm determined to make up for.
yeah, so that was gonna be my question. Like, how did you continue to drive on, stay motivated, stay consistent with all that stuff going on, and you still show up to the York with all that stuff?
When I set a goal, I you just make it happen. You're like, all right, fill in this gap, fill in here. That's not going to work. I'm going to work on this instead. So just, ping pong ball around the things that I can do, and, stay super on track with diet. Nutrition is everything at that point. You know, you've kind of, you want to train, but you know, your muscle, you're not hugely growing muscle during prep, but you try. But you know, my nutrition had to stay really on point.
Gotcha. So it sounds like you just last year it was just like a whirlwind, but then you controlled all the controllables. You showed up, and I think that is a testament even to what you said earlier about you set things out and you show your kids that you can complete those things as well. So that's a major kudos and major shout out for that because I know me if I'd have burnt my leg and couldn't train my back, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna just sit this year out. I can't do it. But what do you think? And I this is a new question. I never asked anybody, so it should be a good one. What do you think sets you apart from other bikini competitors? Like there has to be a reason that you are continuously finding yourself in that top three. And this isn't to sound cocky, but there has to be something about you that sets you apart. Because statistics show that hey, if you show up, you're going to be fighting for that top three. So, what do you think sets you apart?
I think there's two things. Number one is my presentation on stage. I feel like I have a presence. That's been a big feedback of mine is that my energy, my presence, it's hard to look away from. So if there's a bunch of amazing physiques up there, but you just keep going back to somebody that is radiant and somebody that's presenting themselves in a really good way, you know, that's a major highlight. And also my proportions. I feel like my proportions for my size are just really tight. So from head to toe, proportional is a big strength.
And if you miss her stage presence, you can go to Carolina Muscles Visuals and check out shameless plug.
You did a
All
great
right.
job.
So this is kind of off subject, but during check-ins, there was another lady. She lives in Maine, and I was messing with it. And I was like, "What's the population of Black people in Maine?" And she told me 14%. And I said, "I don't think it's 14%. It might be lower than that." So
How did she know that? How did
she just threw out a number. There ain't no Black people in Maine. Like, come on.
I am not researching that. I didn't know.
Give me your guesstimate of how many Black people are in Maine.
Oh my God. Not many.
How
Five.
many dark-skinned people go to your gym?
How many like count? Like one?
Count tomorrow when you go.
5.
I thought Jamal had the statistics or something written down or something.
All right, so as the people know, you just won the Hall of Fame. What is next for you? Are you going straight into the Jordan, or do you got another pit stop before we hit Jordan?
There was thoughts of hitting another show before Yorton, and I am taking that. Oh, that.
Hey,
Hey,
she's gone.
she's gone. She'll be back. I am gonna take a 3-week reset, and I am gonna bring my A game to Yorton.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit it right on the mark. That's the goal. I just want to be 100%, and if I want to be 100% mentally and physically. That's huge for me. And I like to take that little break. It's not a break, but it's a mental reset rather than jumping into another prep for set show.
Okay, I got one more question for you, and then I'll let Eric ask his. So we kind of went in reverse. In 2024, you placed top 3. I didn't place top 3. So then last year, I didn't place top 3. Don't ask. So then last year, you did not place top 3. So give me your mindset of going back to the Yorton this year. Jillian's out the way. Hey.
They were told to stay downstairs. Hey,
So,
say hi. Okay. They're the best.
See,
They're
that's why I know there's no black people in Maine, because they didn't want to speak.
no. They're like,
oh, you done got me distracted now. All right, so give me your mindset on Yorton this year. Jillian's out the way. I think Nikki's going to be there this year. She got second last year, and I don't remember who got third. I don't remember who got third.
Who got third beat me in my class.
Okay.
She got first in bikini class A.
Okay, so how did you stay on track? You didn't get discouraged, obviously, because you're coming back. So just give me your mindset coming in this year.
I want to bring a tighter package, a package that is 100% healthy. So that's a motivator, is just to feel really good up there. And I always go in as a winner mindset. Why not? If you don't go there, hey, I want to win, you won't. So you might as well go in with the winner mentality and go big or go home. And I just want to be my best up there. And I'm excited to see it all unfold.
All right. Here it goes.
Okay.
So I have 3 questions for you. One is completely random. One is from my research, and one's going to come off the top of your head. Okay. So the first question is, doing my research, you do a lot of things. It looks like you have a lot of hobbies. So what is your favorite hobby outside of bodybuilding?
I'm a water person, so we love going on on our boat. I'm a boat boat goer, I guess. So swimming, boating is definitely a highlighted pastime.
All right. Question number 2. Where should Jaylen Brown go?
Where's go?
It looked like you're a Celtics fan, right? Y'all go to Celtics games.
Yeah.
Where should Jaylen Brown go?
Where should he go?
They're about to trade him.
He should stay.
All right.
Go nowhere.
And the last and final question is, what has being a mother helped with in bodybuilding? Or what has bodybuilding helped with being a mother? Let's reverse that.
Well, I feel like being a mother, you have a high tolerance. So high tolerance in general. So pain, emotional, physically, all of the things. So that translates into bodybuilding, and it translates into being a mother. I'd say high tolerance is it's what being a mother is all about. Staying calm when you want to be panicked, being strong when you feel like you need to be weak. So that's what being a mother is, and that's what being a bodybuilder is. You have times where you want to feel weak, you want to give in, and high tolerance and determination is what keeps you going. And that's what being a mom is.
All right, I got one more question for you. Then we're going to do the top 5 for you, and we're going to be out of here. Hypothetically speaking, Sully says, Angela, I want you to rewrite the bikini criteria, or add something to it, or take something away. What would that be?
Oof.
Woo.
That's a really tough question, because it's like been the criteria forever. And it's all been remotely in general similar. I I feel like when it says no separations, no defined abdominals, no just the shreds specifically area, I feel like could be a little bit more followed through and specific. Because it just leads, it's like, how lean is it, how not lean is it? It's very wishy-washy. I don't know. And it's different every year how that's determined. And then at the end of the day, it's just like who looks better, whose body has that shape that gives bikini. I don't know. That's a really good question. I don't know.
No, I think you hit it on the head. Like honestly, it's one of those things of I think Jamal have a very similar. Well, I can't speak for Jamal, but it's like in the classic criteria, it says they want them conditioned, but not too hard, not too dry. So then it also leaves like competitors thinking like, hey, should I push a little bit harder or should I pull off here? You know, because you're tiptoeing that fine line of what's good conditioning and what's not good conditioning. So I definitely can understand your answer, what you're saying right there for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely, I feel like for any bikini competitor, that mark is always the up in the air. Like, am I too lean, and am I lean enough? Should I stay fuller? I mean, I've always now edging on like, you've got the muscle, you got to lean out to see it truly, and to give you that shape. It doesn't always need to be the biggest. I feel like I'm like a small packet. A dynamite comes in a small package or something. Like, it doesn't have to, bigger isn't always better. And for bikini, I feel like it's like bigger glutes, bigger this, but if it's tighter, that's I feel like where you really see the difference in the physiques, is a tighter physique.
Absolutely. You got anything else, Eric, before we go to top five?
No, I don't have anything.
All right, Angela, don't let us down right here. You are doing this for all the women all over the world right now.
Oh no.
So do not let us down, or don't let them down. Give us your top 5 Celtic basketball players of all time.
You can't do this to me. Where's my husband? I just sit at the games. I go for the popcorn and the amazing. I go for the seats and the athleticism.
Oh man!
Tom.
All right, let's.
Tom.
Where is he at? You better call your lifeline.
I know.
All right. Well, what you got, Eric? You got one? I can't even think of another one now.
Let's go with what's your top 5? This is the normal bodybuilding one we ask. Because we'll just say the general area. I'm guessing Boston is around where you're at, right?
Mm.
All right. So top 5 places to eat in Boston.
Oh, Benevento's is a phenomenal Italian restaurant. And I'm gluten-free, so they have all gluten-free pastas and pizzas. Modern Pastry, also amazing spot for any sweet tooth that you got. There's like in my close area in Portland, Scales Restaurant is a great seafood spot. The grill room is all steaks all day. That's amazing. Is that 5? And then
I think one more.
and then I'm trying to like a different Mr. Tuna is amazing sushi. Down here, up here, I guess I'm up here. Mr. Tuna.
All right.
Top 5.
Top 5. All right. So first and foremost, we want to thank you. And one, we want to congratulate you on your last win. We're pretty sure it will not be your last win. You will have plenty more. We want to thank you for coming on and speaking with us today. Our list is getting better and better, when everybody says yes. So we appreciate you for giving us your time today. And where can they find you at on Instagram?
A I don't even know my handle. A Bell Gadbois. Yeah. Yeah. Is that my handle? I would hope so.
So since I'm doing research, her Instagram handle is Gadbois Marie, right?
Yeah. Yes. Come at me with posing. I'm taking on clients. I just had a client at the Arizona Scorcher. She placed top 3 pro bikini. That posing is definitely my big strength and passion. So hit me up.
And I just want to say thank you, because I'm at the check-ins. Obviously, you see me online, but you don't really know me from a can of paint. And you was, you asked about me, how I was doing with, my mom and everything. And I truly appreciate that. So I just want to say that to you while we're here. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. And we don't know each other, but we have, that one little thing in common, and it that's all it takes for me to truly humanize a person. And truly meeting you was an honor. I really your bodybuilding career and who you are is truly inspirational to me. Doing it, seeing it, it's all really really cool. So I really appreciate you, taking the time to message me, have me come on here. It's really an honor and kind of something I never thought would ever happen.
Well,
So
here you are. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you so much.
And with that being said, guys, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, go give Angela a follow. But until next week, y'all, peace.
Peace.